USCIS processing timelines are once again facing renewed challenges as the Trump administration implements new policies and operational changes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the U.S. Immigration News. After years of existing backlogs and some reduction efforts, some progress was made in the past. But in 2025 and beyond, the new administration's immigration priorities, stricter adjudication standards, and overall procedural overhauls are now slowing down. Processing across multiple visa categories. Meanwhile, staffing shortages caused by hiring freezes and the rollback of remote work policies are reducing USCIS's overall efficiency. At the same time, a shift in priorities toward immigration enforcement, such as increased worksite audits and travel restrictions, is diverting resources away from case adjudication. As a result, every category is feeling the impact. The processing times for green cards, work visas, and naturalization applications are increasing, adding uncertainty for immigrants and employers alike. Many applicants now face longer wait periods, higher rejection rates, and more bureaucratic hurdles compared to previous years. In this video, we'll break down the USCIS's latest processing trends and Trump's executive actions consequences for applicants. If you're planning to apply or are already waiting for a decision, understanding these changes is crucial to avoiding setbacks and ensuring the best possible outcome. If you are interested in this topic, stay tuned until the end of the video. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video and get started. If history has taught us anything, it's that when immigration policies shift, so do processing timelines, and often not for the better. Under the Trump administration, applicants can expect stricter scrutiny, longer wait times, and higher denial rates, as key Biden-era policies designed to streamline the immigration process are systematically rolled back. Before we look at the actual USCIS processing time impact, there are key changes that are reshaping the U.S. immigration under Trump's America. Federal hiring freezes and office mandates. The Trump administration's reinstated hiring freeze at federal agencies, including USCIS, combined with a push to end remote work for adjudicators, could exacerbate processing delays. Fewer officers handling cases means existing backlogs will continue to grow, and applicants will face prolonged uncertainty about their immigration status. Stricter adjudication standards, USCIS officers are no longer required to issue requests for evidence, RFEs, or notices of intent to deny NOIs before rejecting applications. This means that even minor clerical errors, missing documents, or insufficient supporting evidence could lead to immediate denials rather than an opportunity to correct or supplement the application. The days of USCIS providing additional chances to prove eligibility are fading fast. The return of the public charge rule. Immigrants applying for green cards now face heightened financial scrutiny under the revived public charge rule. Applicants must provide extensive documentation proving they won't be a financial burden on the U.S. government. Strict income thresholds, asset requirements, and a more rigorous review of financial history mean that those with lower incomes, limited savings, or a history of receiving public benefits are at a significantly higher risk of denial. Elimination of STEM and AI prioritization. During the Biden administration, foreign professionals in high-demand fields such as artificial intelligence, data science, and engineering benefited from expedited visa processing, particularly under O1, extraordinary ability, and national interest waiver, NIW categories. However, this prioritization has now been eliminated, resulting in longer processing times, extended adjudication periods, and fewer fast-track approvals for highly skilled workers. But that's not all. Consular processing is also becoming significantly tougher. The administration has expanded the use of administrative processing, requiring additional security and background checks for visa applicants. This can add months or even years to wait times for those seeking U.S. visas. Additionally, new country-specific travel bans are being imposed on nations deemed security risks, leaving many applicants in limbo, unable to enter the U.S. despite having previously approved petitions. The cumulative effect of these policies is clear. Higher rejection rates, longer delays, and an increasingly complex immigration system that leaves applicants facing an uphill battle. What to expect in 2025? The U.S. immigration system is bracing for another wave of delays as processing times continue to rise across all categories. Under the Trump administration's renewed policies, stricter adjudication measures, heightened scrutiny, and budgetary constraints are making it harder for applicants to move through the system efficiently. What was once an already slow and complicated process is now facing additional roadblocks, leaving families, workers, and businesses in limbo. One of the most noticeable slowdowns is in family-based petitions, I-130, where U.S. citizens sponsoring relatives are seeing wait times stretch up to 15 months. This affects not just extended family members, but also spouses who previously benefited from faster processing. Similarly, those applying for adjustment of status, I-485, to obtain a green card within the U.S. are experiencing longer processing times due to stricter interview requirements, adding an additional 3-6 months to their cases. The increased scrutiny means more applicants are being called for in-person interviews, a step that was previously waived in many straightforward cases. For employment-based immigration, the challenges are even greater. H-1B and L-1 visa applicants are facing heightened scrutiny, particularly over wage requirements and employer eligibility. The administration has imposed tougher rules to ensure foreign workers meet elevated salary thresholds, making it more difficult for companies to sponsor employees. Even for those willing to pay for premium processing, rising fees make it a costly option, and delays in adjudication remain significant. Meanwhile, the perm labor certification process, a critical step for employer-sponsored green cards, is expected to be hit hardest. Due to receipt, budget cuts, and staffing shortages, processing times for perm applications could extend to 18 to 24 months, delaying the ability of foreign workers to secure permanent residency. Naturalization applications are also under increased scrutiny. Those applying for U.S. citizenship, N-400, are seeing longer wait times as adjudicators conduct more extensive background checks and apply stricter eligibility standards. Processing delays at USCIS field offices mean that those eager to become citizens may face prolonged uncertainty before taking the oath of allegiance. The situation is even more challenging for those seeking visas from outside the U.S. The consular processing delays are worsening as visa interviews are taking longer to schedule, and administrative processing has been expanded to include more applicants. This means that individuals undergoing security checks, especially those from countries facing new travel restrictions, may find themselves stuck overseas for months, unable to join their families, begin their jobs, or start their studies in the U.S. Given these prolonged wait times and increased scrutiny, immigrants and their sponsors must be more proactive than ever in managing their applications. One of the most important steps applicants can take is to file as early as possible. With wait times expected to rise throughout 2025, delays will only worsen, and getting ahead of the backlog can prevent additional complications. Whether it's a family-based petition, an employment visa, or a naturalization application, submitting paperwork as soon as eligibility allows can make a significant difference. For those applying for employment-based visas, premium processing remains an option, though it comes at a steep price. While the cost has increased, it may be worth the investment for those who need a faster resolution. However, even with premium processing, increased scrutiny means additional documentation, and employer compliance checks are necessary to avoid delays. Accuracy is more critical than ever. Given the administration's stricter adjudication policies, applicants must ensure error-free submissions. Even small mistakes or missing documents could lead to outright denials instead of simple requests for evidence. Working with an experienced immigration attorney or a reputable legal service can help prevent costly errors that could set an application back by months or even years. Another key strategy is to stay informed about visa availability and processing trends. The CIA Visa Bulletin, published monthly by the U.S. Department of State, provides crucial updates on green card backlogs and priority date movements. Applicants should regularly check it to determine when they can file their applications or expect approval. As 2025 unfolds, the immigration landscape will continue to shift, and applicants must adapt to the new reality. By planning ahead, paying close attention to policy changes, and ensuring complete and accurate applications, individuals can improve their chances of navigating this challenging system successfully. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas, such as L1A, L1B, and H-1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.